All right, we're rolling. Take out, please, your worksheets and your favorite red writing utensil.
Hi, Anthony.
And let's see, yeah, Anthony. For those of you listening at home,
Anthony, you left me. You abandoned me with Joey.
He.
Yeah, and see, you're gonna start talking and agree.
I did not say a word, just saying. Okay, looking at problem number one.
Anthony.
The first answer is, we got a pen?
Yeah.
1 over x.
Yay. Thank you.
Number two, it's a fraction. The top is radical 1 plus x squared, or you could have x squared plus 1. And the bottom is x.
Yes, thank you.
Number
Are these all
three,
gonna be fractions?
3 is a fraction. Pretty much all of them are.
I think all of mine.
The top of it is x, and the bottom is radical 1 minus x squared.
Yay.
Number 4, fraction. The top is 1, the bottom is radical 1 minus x squared.
Yay.
They all look kind of similar to each other, but they do vary a bit.
I noticed that.
Number 5, fraction. The top is radical 1 minus x squared, and the bottom is x.
Could you please repeat the top?
Yeah,
Is it
radical 1 minus x squared.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's
Number 6 is actually identical to number 3,
Okay.
answer-wise. The top is x, and the bottom is radical 1 minus x squared. Everybody right so far, number 6?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mr.
no,
Conklin,
yes, ma'am.
Everyone that has tangent in it, other than like the cotangent and tangent one, it is plus.
Correct. Number 7 is 1 over x.
Yay.
Number 8 is just radical 1 minus x squared over 1, or you could just write radical 1 minus x squared. Number 9, 1 over x. Number 10, radical 1 plus x squared all over 1,
Yay.
or you could just write radical 1 plus x squared. If you had radical x squared plus 1, that's fine. Number 11 is a fraction. Top is x, the bottom is radical 1 plus x squared,
Yay.
or radical x squared plus 1. And number 12, fraction. The top is 1, the bottom is radical 1 minus x squared.
Yay.
And it repeats, 1 through 12.
No.
Let me grab my water. Questions?
No.
Those you want to see dissected? Any of those you don't think you could do off the top of your head on a test, like the exam?
If I would review it, then
Yeah.
would probably do it.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Anything you want to see dissected?
Mr. Kaufman, I have wait a minute, do I have a question?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I
Think
have
about whether you have a
question.
question or
You
not.
guys never guessed what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, we can leave that.
I probably wouldn't. Yes, go.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, take out your notes, please.
Mr. Kaufman, you said yesterday that this was going to be our last homework.
I actually miscalculated. I was looking at 1 week in advance. I was clicking at the wrong lane in the calendar. Lane, that makes no sense. The wrong week in the calendar. So yeah, next week is the last week where we're gonna start doing a review. So we've got, I think, 3 more topics. They're all
Topics?
trig. And they're related to what you've seen before. That's kind of the good news. Let me show you about a lovely creature called
Unit circle? No.
Oh, wait, what?
the unit circle. We touched on this earlier, very, very briefly.
Didn't we do the unit triangle?
Kind of, sort of. Oh my gracious.
56cc?
I just need a new board, that's all I need. So, what is a unit circle? Draw the following. Make a graph, and then this doesn't have to be perfect. If it looks like an egg or something, it's fine. But try and make a circle centered at 0, 0.
Oh, wait, we did this.
Yeah.
I remember this.
We did. Now we're going to go in full dissection mode today.
Uh-oh.
There are 4 things you need to know about a unit circle. First is that the center is where? What comma what? Have enough?
0, 0.
It's 0, 0. Very straightforward. This is the center of the circle, 0, 0. So here's the x-axis, is the y-axis. Does anyone happen to remember how big the radius is?
1.
It is 1. Where'd you get that? Other than remembering it, of course.
Well, yeah, I remember that because well, the radius.
Something in the name.
Unit
Yeah. Uni means what?
1.
Uni means 1.
Will it always be one?
Correct. For a unit circle, it's always 1. So if you want to draw one, draw a radius to the upper right. Put a dot at the end. And
Oh,
mark that as 1.
We did this
Make
before.
sense? We did.
I drew my circle so tiny and I could not see anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
This time,
It was so terrible.
we're going to see just what kind of power this unit circle has. It's actually quite useful. The third thing we need is that theta, which stands for what?
Angle.
Angle. So theta and angle is under, I'm going to put that in quotes, under the radius. Which means you put it here. So don't put it above the radius, put it below. And last but not least, the point at the end of the radius is equal to something comma something kind of mysterious. Look in your notes and see if we can find it.
Isn't it sine?
It's two trig functions.
Don't even.
Sine squared
say
over
it.
cosine squared.
That's you're in the right ballpark, but
Okay.
1 over
Let me-
cosine squared.
go.
Cosine
Uh-huh.
of theta is
Cor-
x. And then it's sine.
Correct. And if it helps, they're in alphabetical order. C comes before us. Cosine of theta is x, sine of theta is y. So this point here is cosine of theta, comma, sine of theta. You will, by the way, need a calculator for this assignment.
Oh, yay.
By the way, I found a new calculator at the thrift store.
Nice.
I have to engrave it. So.
Ooh.
Ooh, can you engrave it this class?
Oh yeah.
It's
That's
always
cool.
really, really cool when you engrave it.
You should do it in front of the camera.
We'll see. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well.
They're going, Anthony. You're welcome.
The guy who watches us in India is gonna, oh my goodness, look at how he's engraving stuff. That's how I get all my international viewers, engraved calculators online. Let me see. For example, if you had theta equal to 42 degrees, then the point is approximately what? And I would like it to 4 decimal places. What am I doing? For those of you who are technically minded, this is the nearest. Let me know what the place value for the 4th decimal place is, like
Oh, a minute, so it's
1.23456.
Tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10,000.
10,000.
10,000.
The 10,000th.
Bro, I was literally just gonna say all of them and then just go 10,000.
It's kind of, I have a hard time saying that. I start lisping when I, 10,000th. 10,000th. Got it.
10,000.
Yeah, so to the nearest 10,000, to the 4th decimal place. So, does that make sense? So when you punch it into a calculator and you get this big huge decimal, rounds to the nearest 4 decimal places, to the nearest 10,000.
Wow.
Okay. So, it does go forever and ever and ever, but we can stop at 4. Now, every once in a while, if you're insanely lucky, there are a few of these answers that actually have a nice answer, like 0.5. Like a really, like once in a blue moon, that'll show up. And there's a pattern to that, actually. In second year algebra, you'll study more about that. Actually, tomorrow we're going to study a little more about that.
Nice.
too.
Second year algebra.
Yes,
What?
or tomorrow, whichever comes first. All right. So, for example, if theta is 42, can you find me the points? Open up my own calculator.
Wait, what do we need to find?
Grab your calculator.
One minute, can I?
In other words, if I were to draw it, it would look like this. Here's a circle, and right here, it goes up. Like this is the 0 degree position on the right-hand side. You might want to memorize that. On the right-hand side, 0. I think the reason they put it at the right and not on top is because when you increase your angle, you're going up. People like that for some reason. So it's like if the angle goes up, the angle gets bigger.
It's like a protractor.
So this is for, yes, exactly. And you're starting from here.
Mr.
Like a
Cobb,
protractor, you start from here. We're starting backwards.
No, from the
X
protractor,
is-
start from here.
is
Oh, you
that-
start from the right?
Yeah, I always start.
Oh, the
there.
new you're actually ahead of the game then. So yes, that is correct.
Mr. Coughlin,
So the question is, where's this point?
cosine or
Cosine of
X-
what?
Cosine theta,
And theta is what?
theta's 42, so
Ah.
cosine 42 degrees.
Okay, and
Is-
I'll have you do this to cosine, I'll have you do the sine.
0.7431.
Correct. 0.7431. You're doing the you're doing the y value.
Oh,
Sine of theta.
okay.
So what did you
Yeah,
get?
okay. Okay, let's do this. On,
Make sure I have it right.
and then we have, when we're doing sine or cosine?
Sine.
Sine.
We did cosine in the first one, sine is inside.
42?
Uh-huh. What do you get?
Negative?
Shouldn't be.
I got negative. What did I do? I
Let me
did
check your
sine.
calculator. If somebody messed with the calculator, it might have set it in a different mode.
Should be.
Yeah, somebody put it in radian modes, hold on. Got it. All right.
I think that might be Anthony.
Yeah, probably,
You know what?
actually.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
Okay.
it should be a positive answer.
Okay,
Now,
I
it's not
got-
impossible to get a negative answer, but not for this one.
Okay, I got 0.66913.
That is correct. So round in there is 10,000. 0 point,
Okay, so we got 0.6691.
that's exactly right. That's what this point is.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
about,
my.
it's about 3/4 of the way over and about 2/3 of the way out. So it works. Now,
Was that
does it make sense that if you go far enough, some of these things are going to be negative?
No.
Just, well, let me
Yeah.
show you. You see the cosine and the sine?
Mhm.
Look at the picture. Cosine, turns out it's how far left or right it is, because that's x.
Oh,
And sine is how far up or down the point is. That's
latitude,
y.
longitude.
Guess what would happen if I got like an angle bigger than 180 degrees?
It'd go around again.
And guess where you are?
Negative.
Negative. Right. Just for fun, just for giggles, let's find theta is equal to 198 degrees.
So
First of all,
far-
I need your help where that is. Like, whereabouts is that? Like, here's 0. Like, start going. Take a look up here, everyone, just a second. If I went up to here, how many degrees so far?
We're at, let me think,
90. So I'm gonna start rotating. So this is 90. Keep going.
And then you get 180.
180. How many more degrees do I have to go?
Just,
18. So you go 18 more degrees. Now it's 90 degrees to the next one, so it's not very far. So it's like here. So I'm gonna call this 198 degrees. Does that make sense? It's in the lower left corner.
Yeah.
It's called quadrant 3.
Oh, yeah.
Quadrant 1,
That sounds like a bracket.
quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. If you don't know that, don't worry about it. But in algebra, they talk about
Oh, I
when you're
think that-
graphing, they just tell you like what corner are we in. They call it a quadrant.
Yeah.
On
Quadrant
the
1,
math
2, 3, 4.
testing, that happened to me. I was just like, what quadrant, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, quadrant just means what corner. So a quadrant is a fourth of a piece or something. So we're down in the lower left-hand corner, and I want to know where this point is, if this is a unit circle.
Oh, so are we just doing these for like the regular ones, like the 42 for homework?
Yep, but
Oh,
in this
that's
case,
fun.
what's the first number what were you gonna plug into the calculator in order to get this first number? Tell me-
Cosine
Of
of
what?
198.
Yes. So cosine of 198, I have to type mine backwards actually. Be surprised, look at the first time, it should be negative.
Negative 0.9510.
That's correct. Actually,
Nice.
0.951, look at the next digit.
0,
What comes after that?
5.
5. That's
One.
That's half. Yeah, so it rounds up to 9511. But you see what we got then?
Uh,
If you're way over here, x is to the left. Is that going to be positive or negative?
negative.
Negative. And it's actually negative a lot. It's almost to the edge. Does anybody know, like, how far would it be if you went all the way to the edge? If it's a unit circle?
Negative 180.
I mean, how many inches over? 180 degrees over, yeah. 1.
Negative 1.
It's going to be negative 1, just for fun. Type in cosine of 180.
I'm gonna do sine of 180.
Negative 1.
It's negative 1. What's the sine of 180?
Sine of
Don't be surprised if it's a boring answer.
0?
It's 0.
What?
Because you're right here. Does everybody agree this is 180?
Yeah.
How far over is it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
because
one
it's
over.
0
So what is
plus
that? If it's 1 to the left, what is it?
That makes sense.
It's
If it's
Negative
left,
1.
it's negative 1. How high is it?
0.
Exactly.
0.
Right.
Oh,
You
Mr.
just
Coleman.
unlocked a fairly important thing here. Now, here,
Mr.
before you punch it in, can somebody guess, is the answer for sine, which is height, going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Is it going to be really big negative or small?
Small.
Small, because it's only down a teeny bit. Plug it in, see what happens.
I already
It's
did.
198 degrees.
I already did it.
Hold on,
No,
hold on.
no, let me do it, let me do it, let me do it.
Yeah, don't blurt it out.
Sine, okay, so
I don't
sine,
know.
oh,
Correct.
wait, what is it? 198.
Side 198.
It's not teeny weeny, but it's kind of small.
Negative 0.3090.
Correct. Negative 0.3090. So it's about 3/10 of the way down, and it's like 95% of the way over.
This is nice.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
This is fun.
All right. And by the way,
Is this our homework?
this is kind of a shocker. It is, by the way.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
And
Nice. Thank you.
you're welcome. There's one other thing
Huh.
we found here.
No.
We discovered cosine and sine the other day. Does anyone happen to remember what tangent is equal to? There are
Sine
two
and
master.
cosine?
It's sine over cosine.
Are you gonna make us find tangent?
No, I'm actually going to show you something rather hidden and interesting about
Will
this.
will this be on our homework?
Sine is up down. Cosine is left right, right?
Tangent is diagonal.
Tangent, sort of. I'm going to put this in
Tangent is 0.
algebra term. How far up or down when you're graphing? I mean, nobody thought of this for like 100 years, I think. I wasn't around. I was, I think all the people are dead, so I can't ask them. But going up or down is called rise,
Over the run.
and going to left right is called run. Guess what that is?
That's
M.
We covered it the first semester.
Isn't it M or something?
It is M, and M stands for the
that's
slope.
Wait.
You
Wait.
see this thing right here?
Mr.
Wait.
Coughlin,
That will give you the
Wait.
slope of the line.
you
Wait.
never
Guaranteed.
told us we were doing
Wait.
Guaranteed.
trigonometry
Wait.
during that.
Wait. Wait.
Sure.
Wait.
Oh.
Please.
Okay.
Ahem.
Who's it? Hello. Hi. Don't mind us, we're just infecting people with math. So, now, does anybody happen to know what's the slope of a perfect dot?
What?
There was this-
What, Mr. Coughlin?
There was this little 2-year-old kid who came in and going like this. Hi.
Oh yeah, we're just infecting people with.
I think you're like smack him.
No, no, no.
Like you looked at her and you're just like.
This is not for
"Why?"
violence.
Like,
This is for measuring. It's just, you know.
Get away, child.
All right, now. Oh, no, no, no. If I were at 45 degrees, does it make sense it's exactly halfway between 0 and 90? Anybody know what slope that is?
1/2.
1/2 is actually here, because 1/2 is up 1 over 2. What if it's perfectly diagonal? Let me know. Like, how far would you go up?
1.
How far over?
1.
Exactly. What slope is that?
1.
1. 1 over
11.
1, which is 1. 45-degree angle has a perfect slope of 1.
Wow.
Now, 42 degrees, do you think that's going to be bigger or smaller than 1?
Smaller.
Just a teeny bit smaller. I would guess it's probably 0.9 or something.
Wait, why would it be smaller?
Because the shallower the slope is, the lower the slope. So the slope is like maybe 1/10.
Oh,
1/3,
no.
1/2.
I thought you said like 46 or something. I was like,
Oh, okay. 46 is a teeny bit bigger. And by the way, if you're up at like 80 or something, it's insanely big. It's like a slope of 40 or 50 or something like that. Type in the tangent of 42. See what you get.
no.
I'm just kidding. It should be something a little less than 1.
0.9004.
Interesting.
9.
The tangent
0.4044.
of 42 is approximately 0.9004.
Why is it only 9 zeros and
That's-
4s?
Is the slope? Wait,
Is
do
the
we have
slope.
to find the slope as well? Or
Yep.
do we just find the slope?
The
and then-
slope, and the slope is easy, you just do the tangent instead of sine or cosine.
Ah,
So whatever the angle is, plug in the tangent. This is actually a second year algebra problem here.
Oh, wow.
So,
This is.
If you know, and
We like
these
those.
three, they're not that stressful, you just have to remember which one is which. So sine is up, down, cosine is left, right, tangent is slope. And that'll tell you pretty much the three things you need about this line and the point that it ends with, line segment. Is that gonna make sense so far?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, now,
I want there to be lots of these on the exam.
let me quick, not a lot, but a few. Okay. Anthony, you can go grab a sandwich or something. I'm gonna run down to the photocopier. I'll be right back. Shelby, don't put anything
I'm
obscene on the
speaking
end.
to Anthony.
Okay,
because
yeah.
Anthony, you abandoned me. You just
I-
left me with
oh, man.
Joey. And did you? Hold on a minute. No, hold on.
Anthony, look out, duck. Duck. 3, 2, 1, now.
Hey Anthony,
You
abandoned me. You just left me with Joey, and I'm kind of mad at you now.
I have said all I've needed to say. I'm disappointed.
It's safe now.
It was always safe. I mean, how can I hurt him? He's at home watching TV.
Actually, no, he's probably doing some sort of like crazy math problem right now. Right?
Anthony, what you doing? Speak.
Actually, I sort of hear him now. I can actually sort of hear him. That's actually weird.
What? Wait, what?
I can actually sort of hear him. It's kind of weird.
I just hear voices in your head.
Yeah, his voice is in my head. I don't know why.
Anthony,
we do not speak of this.
Why do you leave me here? I mean, do you?
I have returned.
Hi.
Anthony, you disappointed me. You just left me with Joey. This is your first day from being away from school. And you said that it was a day which Joey would not be sick.
Good grief. All right, your assignment, and Anthony, you can get this when you get back. Homework 8A-11. Front page is just the definitions. What are the 4 things you need to define a unit circle?
Lesbian
Blah, 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 blah. You have them in your notes. On a unit circle, what do the following things represent? Sine, cosine, tangent. Up, down, left, right, slope. So those should be relatively easy. But turn to the second page.
Do we need to do the equal thing?
The which?
So you know for the 4 things, the equals? We have to do that.
Oh, yeah, these are the 4 things.
So do we have to do the equals, like equals what?
Yes,
Okay.
pretty much whatever's on the board, that's it.
Okay.
Now, they gave you a diagram for these. I'll hold one up for the people watching at home.
That's it.
Ta-da! Look at number 5, for example. You'll notice that angle spirals. It went further than 360. Now, the question is, what position is it in? Let me give you a quick demo on here. This is
There's a
called,
lot of in that spiral.
it is.
Yeah, look at
And
number
the thing
8.
is, there's a trick to it.
Oh.
Suppose I give you this. Actually, let's do number 5 together.
Look at 13.
Number 5, what angle did they actually give you? What's the measure? They wrote it right next to the spiral.
Let's see.
Number 5.
510.
510. Now, start from 0. How many degrees so far? Up here.
90,
90. Keep going.
180,
180.
360,
And yeah.
270,
270.
360,
360. Anybody know this one?
364.
I'm going to keep track here.
Oh,
410. Add 90 if that helps.
430.
More. What's 360 plus 90?
Oh, 350. 450.
450, good. How much further do you need to get to 510?
60.
60. So I'll plus another 60. Can somebody tell me where this actually is? Like if you just went to it straight away. How big is that? Look up here for a second. Like, do you see what we went spiral, spiral, spiral and ended up here? It's 60 degrees further than the top position.
Mm-hmm.
How many degrees is it if you just went straight there? From 0 to that.
Like,
Any idea? How far is it from here to here?
Like 90?
90, and then how much more?
I'd say
50.
Oh,
50.
Oh,
150.
150. Use that in your calculator.
150?
Yep, because it's the exact same spot.
But why not? Why wouldn't we just use that?
I just want to show you. You don't have to use this, but I want to show you. Type in cosine of 150. Tell me again. Oh, flopping out.
Negative 0.8660.
Yes. Now, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Type the cosine of 510.
It's going to be the same. 0.
No, negative.
Negative
Negative
0.8660.
0.8660.
Exact same number. Just wanted to show you that.
Oh, well, I have the answer for that.
So, if anybody ever went spiral, 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 either way, if you can find the original angle, great. If you want to use the regular angle, totally fine.
Yay.
Make sense?
Mhm.
Alrighty. Now, warning on the second page, some of the angles are negative.
Warning.
Still works. You can type in negative angles. People might say, wait a minute, there's no such thing as a negative angle.
There is
In a
not.
triangle, there isn't.
In
On a
circle,
unit
there
circle, there is, because you can spin either way. Does that make sense? So you can type in cosine of negative 50, and it'll work.
Mr. Coffin, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are there cotangent and secants and?
Excellent question. How do you do a cotangent?
How do you do secant?
Well,
Sine-
just
it's
just
the
for
sine minus
example,
1.
you got this, like, I did, you did cosine, right?
Yeah.
Cosine of 150
Mm-hmm.
is approximately, and you can do 510, that's fine, is negative 0.8660.
Mm-hmm.
Get that on the screen again. Just type in the cosine of 150. Like, get it actually on screen. I'll show you how to do this.
Wait a minute, Mr. Coffin, I have a question.
Mhm.
So I just typed in, for number 6, I typed in negative 760
Oh.
number 6. Is that
Yeah.
not a positive number?
Were you typing in sine or cosine?
Cosine.
Cosine. Cosine is how far over it is.
Oh, okay, got it.
So if it's on the right-hand side, it would be positive.
It is.
Now, the question I want is, how do you do, whoops, let's turn the calculator on for one thing.
Mr. Coffin, number 4 and number, no, never mind, they're the same. Sorry, my bad.
So do you have this number on screen? Negative 0.866, blah, blah, blah?
No.
Okay, type in cosine of 510 or cosine of 150.
Alright.
This is for problem number 5. This is just as a sample. So the
Yeah.
cosine is roughly negative 0.866. What if I ask you for this?
But there's no secant button.
Cosine over
Excellent
1.
point.
It's the.
Where's the secant key?
There is none.
There isn't one. Where's the cosecant key?
None.
There isn't one. Where's the cotangent key?
There's
What is cosecant?
it's,
Cosine, cosine, cosine to the negative 1. Reciprocal.
Reciprocal
cosine.
of-
1 over cosine? No,
Yeah,
1 over,
cosecant is reciprocal
1
of
over,
Sine.
sine.
yeah.
Now, what's secant?
Reciprocal of sine.
Reciprocal of
Sine.
cosine.
So 1 over
In other words, the answer is going to be 1 over this. There's actually a key for that, although it's hiding. Does anybody see this key?
The, which one?
Like it's an
Yeah.
actual key.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's right here.
Where is it?
Above the 7.
Should be right above the 7. Hit that key
yeah.
and hit enter. That's the reciprocal key.
Negative 1.1547.
For numbers, that's the reciprocal key. That's the answer for, if they asked you for secant, actually, let me do this.
So you do.
Y'all are
so
faster
you-
than I am, hold on. So, let me double check. Did everybody get like negative 1.1547?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
correct. So if they're asking you for like a number 10 or number 9, that's fine. Number 9. Save number 9 for a second.
Okay.
That's a tricky one. Go to number 10.
Why is it tricky?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's super tricky. Number 10. They're asking for secant. What should you find first? Let me ask again.
The
Number 10.
cosine.
Cosine. You see why?
See,
Yeah.
Look at number 10. Find the cosine. They didn't ask you for the cosine, but you got to find it. So cosine of what again? 590?
590.
Okay, do it.
So you get negative 0.6427.
Right.
And you
By the
get
way,
reciprocal.
stop for a second. Stop for a second. Is that up, down, left, right, or slope?
What, the cosine? It's up.
Left,
no,
right,
It's left, right.
It's left, right. Cosine is left, right. So is that left or is it right?
left.
Left. It's to the left, like 64% of the circle, like 6/10 of the circle to the left, which looks about right. No pun intended. So hit the reciprocal key. X to the negative 1. Hit enter.
Negative 1.557.
That's the answer for number 10.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Now I do want to show you for number 9. Try it with the calculator. Try it with the calculator. For cotangent, guess what we got to find first?
Tangent.
Tangent.
But
Do
isn't
it.
that slope?
There's there's going to be a big surprise for you. Try tangent of 990. You will find a terrible surprise.
Why is it terrible?
You'll see in a moment.
Domain error?
Oh.
Anybody happen to remember what the slope of a straight up and down line is?
180.
That's angle.
Wait, 270.
That's angle. I want to know the slope.
1 over 1.
Try it. If I go up here, from here to here, what's the rise? 1. What's the run? 9. What's 1 divided by 0?
0.
1.
What's the one number you can never ever divide by?
0.
Ah. You just said 1 over 0 is the slope, right? That doesn't exist. But you might say 1 over 0 explodes. It's like the math equivalent of a nuclear explosion. It's bad. I've never been through one, but I understand it's bad.
What?
Now, does it make sense that a straight up and down line has no slope? It blows up.
Yeah.
It's called undefined. How about straight down?
0 over 1.
Actually, it's
Negative one
-1 over
0.
0. Boom. You still vaporized people in an 80-mile radius. In other words, any slope up and down doesn't exist. That means any tangent up and down doesn't exist. So what's the tangent of 90 degrees? Doesn't
Zero.
exist. What's the tangent of 270?
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. What's the tangent of 0? What's the slope of a line that's flat? It does exist. It's boring.
1.
0
One is here.
0 over 0?
Well, let's try it. How much does it rise from here to here?
0.
0. How much does it run?
1.
1. What's 0 divided by 1? That doesn't answer.
0.
0 over 1 is fine. It's only when you have a 0 on the bottom that it blows up.
I see.
Now, this is a slope of 0. This has a slope of kaboom.
So 0
So
is
to
worse
speak.
than a radical.
So what did you say that the slope of, because they're asking for, this is number 9.
Yeah.
What's the slope of 990? What did the calculator say?
Domain error?
Domain error. Guess what that means?
That means that it's impossible.
That means that it's blowing up. That means that you tried to divide by 0 and it's protecting you. It didn't want you to die, so it just said error, I won't do that.
1 minute, so it doesn't,
That's the tangent.
so you just don't do anything for it?
What are they asking for? Look at number 9.
Cotangent.
Cotangent.
Oh.
Sneaky, sneaky is 0 over -1. Guess what that is? That has an answer.
Whoa. This is 0.00001.
Wait, I have a question. So what do? Do you do cotangent? Wait, I'm so confused. What do you do?
Well, the tangent is -1 over 0, right?
Yeah.
Which explodes.
Yeah.
The
but that's
cotangent is flip the fraction over.
0 over -1.
What's 0 divided by -1?
0.
You should know that. You're looking at your answer for number 9.
Is that the answer for number 12?
The reciprocal of 0 is explosion. The reciprocal of explosion is 0. Number 12 had a different one. Cotangent, that actually wasn't an up, down, left, right. The only time you ever explode slopes is if it's up or down. So tangent on 90 doesn't exist. Tangent, like, and 270, if it's not straight up and down, you'll get a number. What number? I don't know. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So be careful on those. If you get an error, go back and draw it. Chances are something's exploding, which is exciting. But that means you have to go back and protect yourself with protective gear, so to speak. Any questions?
No.
Feeling okay?
Yeah.
All right, it's all yours. And see y'all later. For those of you watching at home, hit like and subscribe. Bye-bye.